There are three realms controlling your life right now, and most people live in only one. I'll tell you how I came to this conclusion was focusing on nothing. That's right. That's right. I did a lot of meditation time over the summer into fall, and I came up with this solution: nothing. And what that did was had me doing more research. And I'll tell you a little bit about Bob Proctor, because when you arrive at this nothing is when you find everything, okay? You find everything in a sense that your imagination basically takes over. So Bob Proctor, genius that he is, continued recording videos talking about the nothing or the everything or the imagination. And he drew this picture that sticks with me. I can't get it out of my head. This is a picture of you, the conscious mind and the subconscious mind. So, with excessive meditation is how you access the subconscious mind. The conscious mind is where you take everything in. Oh, and this little picture on the bottom here, this is the body. The body. But in all of existence, this is the mind. And you have a conscious part of the mind and a subconscious part of the mind. Most people are living in the conscious part of the mind, watching the news, chasing the dollar, chasing the next football game, chasing everything. Basically getting also news. News is one of the worst things that information is being permeated through the subconscious mind, from the conscious mind to the subconscious mind, and it actually sets little programs in there, almost little viruses. If you were to be able to focus, you could reprogram those little viruses. Here, let's tidy it up. And you could, instead of negative thoughts or little viruses, you could plant positive seeds that will come out with time into the real world. Okay, I altered Bob Proctor's image a little bit, but I wanted to get the point across. Okay. Let me tidy that up and show you another picture of nothing and everything at the same time. There it is. That's the nothing. That's the everything. So if you were to focus on this long enough and hard enough, it'll expand. And the nothing being, let's just write it on there. News, politics, money, drugs, sex. These are the things they want you chasing all the time. Anyway, you can crowd that out by just continuously focusing on that little dot there. And I got some fun stuff of how you can reprogram that tiny little dot of your subconscious right here. Let me just clean the whiteboard. So, the 3 realms of existence. We have the spiritual realm, the mental realm, and the physical realm. Most people go around chasing, oh no, oops, if we could. Most people so basically, I realized that thoughts are things. Remember that old diagram when we were in grammar school of the atom? This is basically everything in existence. When you consider thoughts being part of the everything, then that means your thoughts have the power to change reality. If everything is made of the same substance, right? Everything came from the same place, right? Consider that. Consider my hand, your hand, the whiteboard. This marker is a physical thing. It started up as an idea in someone's head. May have drawn it on an old drafting board. They might have drawn it on a new CAD system on the computer, drew exactly what they wanted to create, and they created a marker. So it's basically the physical reality is an effect of the cause of the idea in that man's head, my head. You watching this video right now is transferring the ideas and the energy to you. But it's a challenge. And I'll tell you exactly where the challenge is. See, society planted all those ideas in your head, all those distractions. Social media. Social media is one of the worst. Social media distracts you from that dot of the area where you can create what you want. Basically your dream life. So, if everything came from the same place, we have everything. We're going to call it source. So source is what? Matter, energy, energy. Let's choose energy for this one. Energy. So we have a source energy. Comes down to the 3 planes of existence. And this is a bright light, by the way, that gets basically pummeled on by the demands of society, social media, TV, news, all those things. Gets pummeled on a day-to-day basis to distract you from what's really important. So source. So everyone gets that source, and they have a point in them. Each and every one of us, that includes you, you have part spirit. That's the spiritual realm of existence. Inside you, guided by source, everyone gets this. It's why you're alive, why you're conscious. Then we have mental. Mental is individual to you. So everyone has their own. And there's the physical. That's the marker, the whiteboard, the chair, the table. It's all connected. All this stuff is connected. So you see, or me seeing this whiteboard right now is spiritual and mental all together. Okay, so basically you get this light coming in you. You have to, the distractions you have to minimize. Here, we're gonna erase it with the cloth because it's pretty important. You want the source energy as clean and clear as possible, so that your creations in your imagination can be physicalized. And that is, your mental is inside your head. You take the energy. This is I forgot what that was called. Oh, this is the quantum. Yeah, we're gonna call this quantum. So basically, the air in between everything is the quantum. That's how all this is connected. So here's an example so you could more easily understand it. So the stars in the sky, you're looking up at night, you see the stars. There's little white specks everywhere, and there's darkness. The whole darkness is holding the stars in place. That's the quantum. There's a quantum field of energy. And honestly, when we look at the atom shape again, would they say like 99% of this is air, nothing, basically everything in existence is air, is the quantum. So if that's the case, then this formula works. You do your meditation, you direct the energy you get from the source energy, mix it in with your mental, this is going on inside your head, and you actually create the physical. How I came up, let's fix that. How I came up with this was I kept seeing repeating patterns in my life. I had ups and downs in life, and I started seeing, okay, what would cause the up? Certain pattern of behavior. Then what would cause that drop, that steep drop? Oh, certain pattern of behavior. Then another up. Oh, a certain pattern of behavior. So when I got to the up on the last time, here, I'll actually just straight out tell you, because I've maxed out 2 careers in my life. And we're not going to talk about numbers today. We'll talk about that next time. But I maxed out 2 careers where I was basically the best in one of the best, not the best. I'm no saint. I'm not perfect. But I was one of the best in my league of ball I was playing as far as a professional in the 9-to-5 job, which before we move on, I have to say something about the 9-to-5 job. So we all talk about the 9-to-5 job over and over again, the 9-to-5. That's basically what we were raised. I'm 47 years old. I'm Gen X, and we were raised to go to college, get a good job, get X amount of dollars, and you're good. You go work until you're retired. You bank out on your great retirement package, and everybody's happy and fine. We'll talk numbers. There's a serious problem with that. We'll talk that on the next one. This one, I'm going to focus on the realms and how I discovered that. I leveled up 2 careers, maxed it out. The first one was in construction, where I maxed it out. I was very good at what I did. I started building my business on the side after work, after hours, and weekends. And then the economy crashed in 2009, 2010. Everything took a dip. I had some personal problems at the time. I says there's no way I could survive the economy blast and everything and stay on my own. So I went ahead and changed. I took a sabbatical. Then I went ahead and changed careers. I went into the auto industry, maxed out that career for where I was at. I could have leveled up. As a matter of fact, I did attempt to level up where I talked to the bosses. I says, hey, could I take on more responsibility and level up, take on a little more responsibility? They said, sure, here's the path. There was a path to leadership in the corporation. I was like, oh, cool. Click on this link right here, leadership. Once I clicked that button, it opened up a pretty wide open array of ideas in my head. And basically it took me away from the corporation, but I'm still on that path to leadership, no doubt about that. So I maxed it out. I put in the application for the higher level job 3 times. 3 times at the corporation. I was denied 3 times, and I do have a background in baseball. Having a background in baseball told me 3 strikes and you're out. So I did not immediately leave, but at the first opportunity, maybe 2 or 3 months went by. It could have been 6 months, I don't recall exactly. But at the first opportunity I got, I did leave. So I went with a mom and pop shop, and it worked out well because I gathered much more leadership skills there. And okay, that is the start. And a lot of the stuff I'm learning in the last 2 to 3 years, I've been learning from mostly YouTube, podcasts, things like that. But I do have this on my desk, preparing to read The Spiritual Teachings of All Ages by Manly P. Hall. I do know there's some serious value there coming from above. And the book I'm on now, we'll talk about that on the next one. Thanks for listening, and I'll see you soon.